There we go. I've been joined by Wang Hao, who has finished his game on board 1 in the Sharjah Masters, and well, this was quite an extraordinary game. Do you want to take us through it? What were your feelings before the game?
I thought, okay, a draw is acceptable, and I was not thinking to push very much.
Okay. But you have black, of course, so
yes,
I guess your opponent dictates what's going to happen in the game to some extent.
Yeah, but also it was very strange that I didn't think that he would try to push very much, but after the opening, okay, because the opening he played the move with g4 and suddenly he had problems.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. So he likes to improvise in the opening. He likes to go his own way.
No, I don't. I think he doesn't. He didn't think that I would go for mid-run.
Okay, so now we have a very normal position anyway.
Yes, and because he used to play g4 for a few games, but I think nothing else. So this time he tried this one, which looks aggressive, but I think it's already proved to be equal. Rook e8 was more, because now the theory is to take on cd5, cd, and knight b5, which is almost okay.
Have you played this position before?
No, but I analyzed it very well, I thought, because also my students played this line.
Oh, okay. Your students, you're teaching some
yes.
players? Really?
Yes.
How many players do you teach?
Okay, I teach about 3-4 players, but the only one is very serious.
and you enjoy that, do you? I'm surprised because you're a fantastically strong player, one of the best in the world, and yet you're teaching people. It doesn't distract from your own career.
I don't think so, because without teaching, I don't really have motivation to have any training. Okay, normally I don't train for myself, so I train for my students, but from training them, and I found some ideas which before I missed a lot.
Okay, all right, that's interesting. So it makes you research openings and things like that.
Exactly.
Okay. But he didn't do that. Instead,
g4. g4 was more to play against the a6 if black doesn't play rook e8.
Ah, I see. And so in this position,
there is a very big difference. g4, and now my knight on d7 doesn't have a good square.
Right, because it's blocked here. Okay, so, but g4 anyway. I mean, has this been played before?
I'm not really sure. Maybe we can check it.
Yeah, we can't check at the moment, but we'll check later.
Okay.
So, as you say, you brought your knight to f8.
And knight f8, black is just better.
So it's very simply.
Yes, because there is some kind of tactics, and which is very bad for white.
Well, what happens if he pushes?
g4, knight g5, knight g4. This is the move.
Okay, and if I keep going, and I want to take this knight?
No, h3, I take on f2.
Take on f2?
Yes.
And queen g5?
Yes, queen g5.
And there's no way out?
This is very bad for white.
Huh. Right, so rook g1, you have queen h4 check.
Yes, and my rook is also coming, so it's not possible to play.
Okay, oh, that's interesting. Okay, so it looks like he was surprised by this because he spent 15 minutes over rook g1.
Yes, actually the only move here is to play h3 to keep the pawn, but now my knight can. I mean, maybe not immediately knight g6, but maybe h6, knight g6, and knight h4, and white cannot do anything from the king side, and he had to fight for a draw. I think probably maybe white can hold, but not really. not really comfortable. So.
Okay, but Adhiban is the kind of player that doesn't mind giving up a pawn.
Yeah, but this is also okay. I analyzed rook bishop h2 and bishop d6. Black is a pawn up.
So, very simply,
Yes.
you just simply don't believe this. Yeah.
No, because I analyzed and played very quickly.
Oh, you've actually analysed this before?
Yes.
Right.
Yes, because after g5, black has bishop h3, knight d7. That it was important to play bishop d6 because here white cannot take d5. cd, cd, knight d5, rook c8, and white will be in big trouble.
Because his king
Yes.
stays in the middle. I see.
Yes, the king is not going to go anywhere which is safe. No.
It's interesting. You say you've analysed this before the game. That you've even analysed the blunders. I mean, you're going very deeply.
Yes, because that time I remember I was teaching some student, and she asked me if white goes rook d1 and what's going on.
Okay, all right. So okay, your teaching has definitely paid off. So he castled queenside.
Yeah, it was forced, I thought.
Yeah. So rook c8, obviously prophylaxis.
I'm not so sure this is the best move here. I don't know. Because of course I didn't analyze anything after Lankas.
Okay, but you're a clear pawn up, and
Yes.
I guess because of your bishops, and your knight, of course, is beautifully placed defending the h-pawn, so it's difficult for him to generate play at the moment. Now he played rook e1.
Which is probably the only idea. Sometime he's going to play f3. Maybe not now, but...
So now you thought for half an hour, over
yes,
half an hour.
I
don't know if I should go b5 or not. I didn't really know still.
All right, but you played it.
Yes, because after that c5, bishop c7, and white simply plays b4. And I had to make some move, and I had to... Because he cannot play f3, but I don't know what should I play.
Well, you played bishop f5 anyway.
Yes.
So I suppose once your bishop sits here, then it's going to be very, very difficult
Yes.
for him. So he broke straight away with f3.
Yes. So probably it was better to play bishop f5 before, but I was not so sure. If he before rook c8, if I
Way
could
back.
play bishop f5, I was not so sure if here he can take the d5 pawn. I don't know.
I see.
Probably it's not possible, but I simply didn't calculate. So
Okay, but anyway, listen, we'll get to the game because there's a lot going on here. So you just played bishop f5,
Yes.
and he played f3.
yeah, so I had to change everything.
Yeah.
But allows some of counterplay with white.
Yeah, suddenly it looks a bit unstable because if he gets in d5, then of course his bishop is working.
So d5 was okay, because I want here I don't really want to exchange queens, but a5 is not good if you want to exchange queens because b5 pawn become weaker. After d5 something.
Right. Okay.
I
Nice.
thought knight e6 was somehow the best move, and I was considering a lot of d5 here, but he probably didn't think about it.
d5.
Yes.
Okay. What did you think was happening? So takes.
If I take a knight d5, I don't know what is happening, and I have no moves now. I'm okay. I'm probably not lost here, but I don't know which move to do.
Okay. So what were you going to do after d5?
I will play knight d4.
Knight
d4.
d4.
Yes.
Okay. Hit
King
you
f2 probably. Bishop e5. I thought I can play d6 here, but I can play some knight f8 or something. I'm not so sure. Okay, I think white has no attack at all, but he can play a long game with knight e2 or not. I don't know. Maybe knight e2 is not possible now. Knight b3 checks, but
knight e2, knight b3.
yes.
Okay, but still very strange position.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's hard to evaluate what's going on. Okay, but he didn't do d5. Instead, he took on e2.
Yes, so knight df8 was important. Now I get queen d7. And
he came back with knight c3. And again, if let me see, if he plays d5, do you
d5 is not good.
You have the same tactic, do you?
I have knight f4, which is better.
Knight f4. Yes. I see. So this one works. So
because now if you check with knight f6, things are not working. So
okay, so this is just winning. I see. This is how you.
Yes.
Right, and
if
knight f6
is not working
because
knight e2 and bishop e5.
Bishop e5. Let me just see this. I need to compute this. So takes. Now what happens?
Queen takes. Rook takes.
Rook takes. Queen takes. You can take on g1.
Yes.
Okay, very simply. All right. It's just take everything.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So d5 wasn't possible, and
okay, here if he plays d5, you see, yes, knight f4. And even I was thinking about knight f6, gf, d5, but not the same idea. d5 I can take it with pawn, queen f6, knight g6, and there's nothing.
So what do you take?
cd.
cd, very simply. Okay, queen takes, and you have
no knight
g6.
Not d4, knight d4, and white is probably winning.
Okay. So here, yes, knight g6. That's amazing. So all these squares are covered.
Yes.
Wow. Very nice. So, well, he got frustrated.
He had to play knight to c3 now. e2 to c3.
Yeah.
And black is slightly better. I thought maybe not very much after knight f4. Okay, it's pawn up, but white has some counterplay.
Yeah, if he can get in d5 and perhaps the pawn on d5 is weak. But instead
he blundered knight c5. So.
And you played knight c5.
And the game is probably already over.
Yeah, so this. Yeah, so that after knight c5, that leaves you 2 pawns up.
Yes.
And he had to just retreat. And now you went for pawn number 3.
Yes, and this is completely winning for black.
And okay, let's see.
Yeah, I want to make things very safe and.
Okay, your king is absolutely rock solid, and no problems there. And well, it took a little bit of time. Adhiban likes to play to the bitter end, but 20 odd moves later, you forced his resignation. So that leaves you with, 6 out of 7, is that correct? I think there's one more player on 6.
Yes.
Kravtsev is
yes.
Now, have you played? You haven't played yet, have you?
I haven't played with him, so I don't know. Probably tomorrow I had to play with him.
Yeah, I guess I don't think there are others on 6. So 2 rounds to go, and things are looking good for you. But anything can happen, of course. Yeah. Listen, thank you very much for joining us. Very, very interesting game.